Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Just wanted to make a brief video this morning, kind of expanding on what I was getting into in the last video I posted regarding the subconscious mind. I've been doing a lot of thinking and a lot of observing lately, and it's become, well, I've always felt this way since I can remember. And then the feeling hasn't gone away as an adult. Let's put it that way. That's a better way to say it. Humanity is absolutely experiencing a crisis of consciousness. What I mean by this is civilization is so far along now that the easiest thing to do, the easiest habit to fall into, is to forget about your own self-awareness. To forget the fact that you are observing reality, taking in information through your perceptions, and formulating thoughts and ideas about that, and what those things may or may not even mean in the first place. So you see, a lot of people will sleepwalk through materialism. Materialism itself is the foundation of everything we think we understand about the nature of reality. Modern physics, modern science, these things take us a long way when it comes to medicine and technology. No one's denying that, but they are woefully inadequate when it comes to dealing with anything beyond the material. Because its entire premise, its entire core tenet, is that anything we perceive or think to be a consciousness is just an illusion. It's a byproduct, an epiphenomena of materialism. Atoms are moving around in ways and combining in patterns, and they're eventually going to, against odds, they're going to make life forms, and those life forms are going to persevere through evolution and eventually become sentient and self-aware, and then they're going to become so sentient and self-aware through evolution that they think that there's something called consciousness, and they're delusional. That's what modern science is telling you. Now, for all the good that science does, you got to put it back in the toolbox for a second. Not because it's wrong, but because you have to appropriate materialism. There is a place for it, but it is not the whole picture. It is one of the colors being used in the display of our reality, but it is not the full spectrum of what's actually occurring here. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say something controversial, yet nothing new to anyone following any of this type of material. Consciousness is primary. Matter is a function of consciousness, not the other way around. You're aware right now of yourself and your surroundings. That seed of awareness, that observational viewpoint, that quiet observer behind the eyes, that's not your brain. I'm not even going to claim to know what that is, other than something that has no beginning and no end. It's always existed. It's never needed to be created. Can't be destroyed. You see, if you take a lot of the things in modern dogmatic religion and you swap out this savior and that savior, you just put in consciousness as a placeholder, it all makes perfect sense. There is no beginning, there is no end, there is only consciousness. Your human body is like a finite microscope that has a limited time, locked in the illusion of linear time to observe and zoom in and out on certain things before it collapses in on itself and becomes part of the all in which it came from. Separation is an illusion of perception caused by being locked in linear time, which is the ultimate illusion. The only illusion is materiality, friends, not consciousness. Stay safe, stay sane. We're going to expand on this in the next video. I'll catch up with you guys on the flip side. Peace.